Am I the asshole for forwarding my husband's group text messages to our boss in HR? My 36F husband, 39M, and I are likely divorcing. We've been married 7 years and a year and 2 months ago I gave birth to our daughter. My husband and I work at the same company and at the same department. Until very recently I worked as an administrative assistant there while my husband is a marketing associate. I was recently promoted to marketing analyst, which is one step below associate. My husband was part of an all-male friend group in the department that I believe has helped him at work. His friend group includes a VP of marketing, who we'll call Ted. Ted's boss is the senior VP of marketing, Allison. I actually got to know Allison because I used to volunteer at the same school she sent her kids to. I know enough about her to know she hates people who disparage moms. For about a year after I gave birth, I was focused on getting myself back on track health-wise and professionally. However, my husband started getting distant after month 6. Every day it was no conversation but, "You can't do anything sexually?" And him bothering me for BJs. None of my accomplishments seemed to matter to my husband because he just wanted sex. He fell asleep one day before his phone turned off. I saw a host of notifications and then discovered a text thread between him and 3 work buddies complaining about his apparently frigid wife. I saw responses where everybody sympathized with him, saying they hope he gets sex soon. And then one coworker writes, "At some point she needs to just lay back and let you do what you need to do. And get over doing it." Not PC but true. Ted liked that text. Then Ted responds, "She's ruining your family. Maybe tell her that and she'll come to her senses." My wife did. This leads advice on ways to emotionally guilt me. I was furious and started taking screenshots. I was slightly drunk and when I told my sister she said since he participated using our electronics, just send it to Allison via his phone because she should know what kind of people is handling company PR. So I did so without any message explaining it and then also send a formal email to HR. I then leave the house. The next day all hell breaks loose. My husband's group get notices for meetings with HR. My husband tells me to stay away and that a good wife would have kept it quiet. Now the dust has settled and Allison made it clear she was narrowly outvoted when pushing for his termination. The guy who wrote the "just lay back" was fired. Ted was suspended without pay but reinstated. My husband was suspended, reprimanded, and moved to a different team because Ted doesn't want to work with him. He claims what hurts most is that coworkers avoid him. My husband refuses to talk to me. Never did he acknowledge how the texts would have made me feel. Instead saying I was snooping, it was private. At this point I know we are headed for divorce, and I feel drained and humiliated over his texts. Ida? Did I go too far? He didn't get fired. So my post clearly blew up and it was heartwarming seeing some of the responses that understood how violating seeing those texts made me feel. It wasn't just my husband, but my coworkers and my superior talking about me in a sexual manner. I know a lot of other commenters and direct messages were very offended and were rooting for the worst for me. That my reality conformed to their preferred reality. That I'd be fired, thrown out on the streets, banned from seeing my daughter while my husband moved in a younger woman who my daughter will call mom. All of these have been in either comments or messages I've received from Redditors. I get it. I posted about me taking a stand and affecting a man's career, so some people on here would like me tarred and feathered. I am sorry to spoil that revenge fantasy for some of you, but here is what has progressed since my last post. I was in the process of filing for divorce, had already been speaking with and paying an attorney. My attorney has had experience fighting contentious divorces in court, but says our divorce isn't worth being vindictive. His tune is, it doesn't matter who did what. With your assets, it's just dividing everything 50-50. If either side wants to fight, you're all going to run out of money before October. I am back in the house and my husband is living with his parents. Our plan is to alternate 50-50 because even if our daughter can't understand divorce like older kids might, we still want her to stay under the roof she's always known. My husband says he won't talk bad about me to our daughter, but won't pretend to be my friend either, or communicate with me beyond anything concerning our daughter. We plan on downloading a co-parenting app one kind commenter recommended. My husband was texting co-workers on his personal phone, but through a company-issued Google Voice number on it. They had been in a group chat about work-related stuff but it devolved from there. In terms of work, Ted hates me but he seems to hate my husband even more. Ted was the one who requested that my husband don't work with him anymore and ignores him when he speaks. Allison doesn't even ignore my husband completely. My husband is on a PIP of sorts. And Allison didn't tell me about almost firing my husband, she said that to my husband. To the commenters saying Allison will be fired, her uncle is a member of the board of directors who once served as interim CEO. A former mentor of my husband pulled him aside and said he should be aware the company is making cuts and marketing departments always get hit the hardest in layoffs. He said not to think he's being laid off or anything, but just a heads up that nothing is personal. So both him and I are looking for new jobs. For me, I have not been bothered at work. The company has more than one location and Allison offered to help me transfer. But for now, I just want to figure out an amicable divorce, since my husband has simmered down.